Hey everybody, welcome back to the Erothian Unofficial spoiler cast. We would like to thank everybody for listening to our first episode. We got a really great feedback, and we got
The feedback was really nice.
yeah, we got a lot of support, and I'm really super happy about that. Anything else you want to say about that, Steve, or you want to just jump right into it?
We can jump right into it if you feel like it. It's nice to hear all the responses we got from the cast members and that sort of thing, and from everyone else.
Yeah, it was great. Literally everybody whose chat I jumped in, they were like, "Hey, good job with us on that thing. When are you dropping the next one?" So, we're gonna keep doing it. As long as you guys keep listening, we're really willing to keep doing it. So, thank you everybody for that.
And thank you for listening. Now that we know that it's not watching.
Quick thing. I am gonna be uploading these to YouTube as well. So if you don't like SoundCloud on your phone, give me like a day or two, and I will try to get them uploaded to YouTube as well. It's the YouTube channel's the same name, Erothian Unofficial Spoiler Cast. I'll probably post that in along with this episode. Try to get them up both at the same time. But sometimes they may the YouTube may come a day after, only because it takes longer to render and upload the video. Yeah. So, but without further ado, let's get into Regicide this week.
Yeah, Regicide. Geez, there's a lot happening on that one, wasn't there?
Yeah, man. It's Regicide was just a big Kingmaker NPC fest this week. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, it got crazy. So they got arrested again. I think that's like the third or fourth time now.
Yeah. Well, I was reading in chat that
at least this time it was bloodless.
Yeah, that Snaga said that it was the fourth time. I'm only remembering the 3 times for Rena, but maybe it might be 4. Maybe you can point out the 4th. I remember
because when they tried crossing the border with Tazen, there were 3 different stories. There was Cadis. I think there's one more.
Well, it was when she was fake locked up. Dwayne locked her up,
and then we have this one.
Yeah, so I'm only remembering 3. Maybe there is 4. I just can't remember the 4th one. But that allowed for some interesting developments in this episode as well.
Let's meet Dwayne again.
Yes, I was gonna say just that. They got to meet Dwayne, and one thing I did say in chat was like, it's a good thing Ravina didn't get sent to Hot Gwen for the Regicide crew, because she probably would have been a lot less caring and a lot more ruthless. Yeah. a lot more ruthless with them breaking into the bank like that.
You're still Xander, which is always fun, especially being the person that played alongside him for a while.
Oh yeah, sorry. You did a couple of missions with her, didn't you?
Yeah, Xander and Durat rescuing Elliot, taking Undead Keep, a certain rescue mission. Yeah, Xander's a character that I know pretty well at this point.
And yeah, I mean, we've only gotten a small taste of Xander this episode, but it was funny for him to say, I'm unhappy that I got neighbors that tried to kill me.
Yeah, thanks, Raymond.
Oh, man.
One thing I don't have to be an apologist for him for.
Yeah, that was kind of messed up. Oh, man. We got to see Kithel, too, and I think that was because of a curse, but
yeah,
we got to see...
curse to have a certain friend of Elijah's pop up in his again.
That played out just like Rena said. It felt like Elijah's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. I'll just be at the complete opposite end of the building, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I think I forgot something at work. I'll go get that." Yeah.
It's hilarious to watch somebody be so free to talk to somebody so timid like her, and then like talk to Kithel and hang out with Kithel, a literal rock man, and just
Yeah,
be like
literal or red.
cool. That was funny.
It's interesting that he thinks it's a golem, but oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an Orid. He's a partial elemental, partial human sort of.
Okay, I
creature.
actually didn't know the
But
race's name.
Pathfinder doesn't necessarily mean that it's partial human, but that's what I'm assuming from, because I only gave the description, personality, and
Oh, okay.
description of the guy. So
Yeah, I actually didn't know his name.
I don't know the complete background for him.
That's cool. We saw Rena like kind of push the blame on Elijah for a minute, but she kind of ended up dealing with it a lot better than she did Yondis' death. I think she's getting used to that kind of stuff.
Oh Jesus. Yeah. No, that's funny.
it was funny to see like them not kill any orcs. I guess they feel an affinity towards orcs.
That may have also had something to do with chat and the whole I'll break this pact right now from Jake.
Yeah, because we see
Vegas had an unfortunate one spree in that whole section.
It was just hilarious because like looking at it story wise, they've murdered so many parent and human, and they see orcs that are like
too in one way.
Yeah, and then we see orcs that are like, hey, let's just chop their heads off, and they're like, hey, let's not fight these guys, let's just surrender. And it was like, oh, okay. But yeah, I do agree with chat. I was reading chat the entire time, and I saw what Jake said.
So funny,
Don't touch my orcs, Rita.
I'll break this pact right now. Oh, don't you worry, I'm waiting.
Oh man. We did end up seeing the return of somebody from Regicide, though, this Slocona, and I actually had to look up that name. But because
we had to look up the name from it, like we can't find it. Maybe it was mentioned in Kingmaker, but we haven't looked there yet. But
yeah, I was
don't
telling
even know
Steve,
if they named them.
I was telling Steve, like, I spent the last couple of hours looking at Regicide to be like, did they actually ever say his name, or did they keep calling him Snake Man? I don't remember. Oh man.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, unfortunately.
After Ophios was talking to his Slocona brother, we find out like that time is messed up in Vala, but I'm wondering if
a massive storm that we see the starting of from TK.
Yeah, because I'm wondering if there's a time bubble on Idir from the way I can't explain it, because he said
I just put it down to we haven't seen it happen in Kingmaker yet.
Yeah.
How Kingmaker's session was this week.
And I guess it's only come up as perception so far for certain people. But no, because what he said was like things that he put in, like orders that he put in the same day he received, literally the same day. So
and
it can't
some
be.
people were getting them way later, and
it was like, yeah, I just got this order. What do you mean? So I guess I can't. I'm really interested in how that's working, or if it's just like chaos. If time is just literal chaos, then then there's no order to it, and I'm like overthinking things. But I tend to do that anyway.
Well, there's also examples in TK for someone just had their birthday and they're having their birthday again. So there's all sorts of time fuckery going on at the moment. But it makes sense that it comes out the most in Regicide, considering as how much they've had a hand in that.
Yep. And we got a huge reveal at the end of Regicide. Man, so we're going to see one of the PCs play a new character for a while. Tyler's going to be playing Davalis, the Mountain Man, instead of Ophios. Yeah.
Well, it makes sense because they're not going to be in the same place when Orpheus pops out of the statue again. And considering how time's messed up, we also don't know how long that's going to actually be.
This is true. I completely forgot that because I was like, Ophiel's just teleported. So what's gonna take so long? I mean, I don't understand. He can literally go to Hod Quinn. They said they were going to Hod Quinn. But you're right. Time's messed up, dude. Who knows when he's gonna
And
get
he
back?
doesn't know where they're going. Orpheus doesn't know where they're going. He's been recovering.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't know how long he's been recovering over normally.
Well, I'm excited.
Especially with time fuckery.
I'm excited because we get to see two PCs play two different characters, one in Regicide and one in Kingmaker this week. So, I mean next week. So yeah, I'm excited to see how those characters play out.
Yeah. I mean, also they're going to go attack Gudon again.
Yes,
that's going to be fun.
I have here in my notes that the next time, as a joke, the next time Rena sees Kudan, she's probably going to charge him for emotional damages because of he took out both Yondis and Ophios, and I mean, as far as she knows, they're both dead. But I think her killing Kudan is going to relieve a lot of like.
Yeah, it's going to be very cathartic for her.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Cathartic. It's going to be very cathartic for her. Yeah. Now I have a question. We've seen the orcs do a certain fire angry thing, and I was wondering, are those?
Which leads me to think there's one of those 5.
Oh, yeah. right. Okay, because I was like, wait, is that the Asugo orcs that
that have like
one
of the 5? Or they could be just ordinary orcs in the Orchid army.
Yeah, because I almost forgot that one talked to a couple of orcs that were like kind of special and did things differently. Yeah, that's interesting.
It could be either of those things because you don't know what the orc army could do.
Yeah,
like that could be them, or they could be actually one of the 5 that actually did that. So,
well, yeah,
I can see why Jake would have really fucking put the pack to its limits to that one.
Yeah, because I wasn't when he said that, I was like, yeah, I mean, he's lost orcs before, but now it's like one of those small groups that really small group is like, yeah, those are kind of the elite ones right there. Yeah. But
I can see why he'd be particularly upset if he lost any of those ones.
Man, this was just a bad session for Oling also though, because man,
so there were quite a few 20s in there as well, but there was quite a few ones spread out amongst them.
I don't even remember the 20s because the ones were so prevalent this episode.
They're all pretty much like stealth and things like that for Elijah, who had a.
Oh, right, yeah. But he like literally nat one on a couple of those, and all those nat 20s did nothing because of that. Oh man. But next week should be interesting. I would like to see them go into battle with Kudan, especially seeing what the new orc can do.
Other thing to bring up with this one was mention of one of my characters, Gemalis. So they're gonna go looking for that one. Oh boy!
Not only that, she's apparently famous, so famous that this underground Slokona knows about her now.
I can see why she would be, considering she was the only survivor from that time temple. But oh boy, she was not a pleasant character. Maybe they'll get along with her based on that, but considering I know that she's very pro Peridot, I think there'll be problems with Rena.
Yeah, I mean, from the little bit you've told me. From the little bit you've told me, I think there's gonna be quite a few problems in the future.
Yeah.
Also, from what you told me before, it looks like she has a last name now.
I didn't catch a last name, but she should do, considering what she did. She was Medahina before she went to the Time Temple, and considering all the Time Temple stuff, she should do. I don't think I've gotten. I don't think the Insclad have gone like particularly as to what the actual last name is, and you could have already chosen for.
Okay, maybe I'm misunderstanding. Was her name Jin Malice? Is her first name?
Jen Malice is the first name.
Okay. I thought
Everyone
maybe.
just shortened it to Jen.
Okay, yeah. I thought that maybe her first name was just Jen and her last name was Malice. Okay, I got it now. Jen Malice
Both
is
of them
her
are the
full
one.
name. Okay, so maybe she didn't get it yet. I was
Well,
like,
maybe it does, and we just haven't talked about it yet, so it's not set in stone yet.
I'm really looking forward to that. to that interaction.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
that Ophios has been told by someone he can, well, maybe not he considers lesser, but is considered lesser in his race to go and fix time because he screwed up shit.
She's not volunteering to jump in that freaking thing and guide time. No way. No way in hell, pal. She's not doing that for you.
Oh man. Maybe they can get the other guy back. I don't know.
It's a race against the clock now. The clock is going every direction.
I mean, literal years have passed. It's only been
places,
2, but yeah, I mean, according to this Lacona, it's been 2 years for Ophir.
Over on Mommy's side, yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't know about everywhere else yet, because Kithel was saying that you've only just why are you still in Woodgren as if you haven't really left yet, sort of thing. So
right, yep, you're right. Yeah, because he was saying, where's
Cadus? Yeah.
Where's Cadus? Yeah. It's like, what do you mean Cadus is not with you? I don't understand. Yeah. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. Throne Keeper, if you want to just jump into that, or you have anything else for Regicide?
There's a good point to jump into Throne Keeper. Yeah, we've got a lot more to talk about Throne Keeper for once.
Yeah, Throne Keeper, man. That was a really big episode. Even though, oh man, that was a big episode.
Yeah, a lot of political intrigue and a lot of stuff got done.
I'm excited. I like political intrigue.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be fun.
From what we've seen so far, though, a lot of these nobles are up their own ass, as I would like to say.
I mean, what noble isn't?
That's true. That's true. Man, I was like, dude, these guys are assholes. Even, well, I would say the only one we haven't really seen that from is Lady Arceum, but she was kind of like had that air of I guess I want to say nobility, because that's the only thing I can say where she wasn't really humble, but she was like wasn't being a dick talking to everybody.
It's definitely more of a self-confidence.
Yeah,
like a very strong self-confidence.
Yeah.
So we started off with training Oscar with spell awareness with Lazo there. So picking up another spell for a class that doesn't normally get spells, but hey.
Now here's the thing, dealing with that time thing again. Laszlo said that it would take a while for his teacher to get back to Oscar, and yet it was like.
I think he didn't give a timeline.
That's true, but it is an old man. I was just thinking maybe that was like a hint towards the time thing too. It just wasn't like a definitive hint, but.
Well, there's definitive ones elsewhere in there. Yeah. So I've gotten more of what the actual families are and that sort of thing. Noble families are and what they do and that sort of thing. We had a RCM family, which is now properly they're all about the magical training. And it was, admittedly, the families aren't the strongest point for this one, but we had the Qatar family as well, where they have they're the weapon crafting ones.
Right.
But I don't remember what Nadia's name was. Lady Nadia's one, the one that was.
Yeah, I don't remember her family name.
The one where it's we're not going to just go hating Yavans and that sort of thing. We've experienced their culture and we don't hate them for it, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. There was also the other, what was that? 3 guys in the court. I had to actually go back and write down all their names because I tried to write down as many as I could, but he was just listing them off one after another, so I had to go back and get them all. We have Tedric Brintel, which is connected to the Brintels in. Was that in Yovance or was that?
That's Brintel and Malta, yeah,
Yeah.
Watertown.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Because all the noble families are their last names, the names of towns or cities.
Yeah, that's right.
There was Bombo. There was Izik, which I think was Proiscaria.
And then there was
there was 7 of them, and I've got 6 there. So
there
I'm
was
trying to remember.
Also Octavius DeVolt. Did we?
I don't think he was a noble. He was more of an advisor person. I understand.
Well, okay, maybe. I just thought his family was noble because he was he had the spot next to the queen where Heathguard would usually be. So I thought he would have to have some nobility about him.
Oh, one of them's considered like a mother figure, one of them's considered something else, and Octavius is considered an uncle, and Laszlo. So,
I think he said that at least Isaac was like a mother figure to the queen. So
yeah, okay, so she would have been Isaac, and then she would have been, and she's the one that's Proiscaria.
Yes. So, but she's the one who we were talking about before, where her birthday had just passed, and yet it's being celebrated in 2 days. and she's still in Iscaria.
And whereas Regicide, if you saw a really big storm, and that the storm had been going for a while, we're seeing the starting of the storm, throwing people.
Yep. Yeah, because I kept getting that. I was trying to figure out why he kept referencing in Orlando, but then after we saw it in Regicide, I was like, okay, now I get it.
Just that sort of atmosphere at the moment.
So, do you want to kind of bring up the thing in chat? Because that was coming up in chat. Is like, why don't they just tell the queen about about Lander? And I was like,
that one. That's more of a, they still haven't decided where they stand with them.
Yeah,
I think.
And I feel
like, why would you go and I mean, if they brought him up, he's a rebel. What is every other noble in the thing going to think about him?
Yeah, my thing is like,
there's some of them which are pro-advance and some of them which aren't about to break the oaths and that sort of thing, where it's okay, we're going to have to get rid of him, and they've already made deals to work with him and that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what I was coming to.
I think it's going to be more of a case of we'll see what we can get first, and then if we have no choice to, we'll do it, sort of thing is where I see it.
Yeah, that's the point I was getting at. It was like, if they tell her about Lander, then especially like in like the core audience, it's gonna be a problem because they know about it. That means they have to do something about it because they're technically allied with Yovance. I can't think. Yovance. Yeah. So, I mean, that I would say that's the only reason why. And they also need support and to see who's on their side and who's not against Yovance like that. So, it's not a good time. But
it's not a good time to bring them up. They'll have to eventually, but right now it's not a good time to bring them up.
Yeah.
We're also discussing the Sill and the underground people as to what they can alliance with them, but most of the nobles are just like, who are the underground people?
Man, I can't wait till they go and meet the dwarves.
Yeah, it was definitely be interesting. I wasn't more pro than them myself personally, but
well, even if they don't go down to the dwarven lands, I would like to see more dwarves in the campaign because this is the first time. Like, this is the first time they actually have announced themselves as dwarves, like in all 3 campaigns. So I would like to see more dwarves.
So there's talks about getting with the Sill, talks getting with Tasendale, talks getting with Galderia.
Here's the point. Here's the point I wanted to bring up.
The Sill was going to be an interesting one, though.
Yeah. The queen talking to Laszlo seems like very mature for her age. Like, she's only 16. So, but the way she
I
was
mean,
talking to
considering the
Laszlo,
position that she's in, you have to. It's
I
ultimately
know,
the
but it's kind of like she's very understanding. Like, I remember how I was at 16. And like people were like, dude, why are you so
I guess it's,
responsible all the time? But man, she's like
I got told I was
understanding.
too mature at freaking 13. It's like, okay.
Like she seemed like really grown up. Like I understand that you kind of have to put on that kind of air when you're the leader of a nation, but even like talking privately to Laszlo, she seemed like super grown up. So that's kind of,
Those would have been the skills that should have had to work on really early.
yeah, I guess, yeah. Because I mean, I was just surprised.
Especially with how their royalty doesn't have magic. So
Yeah, I mean, I was just surprised because like Laszlo's known her basically all her life. Like maybe he didn't get that close to her, but it was still like she was like she still known him or known about him and probably seen him multiple times where she felt some kind of comfort, and she was still like that super mature, completely understanding, looking at things very objectively, as well, not very as objectively as she could, as possible, you know. So it was very interesting to see that that kind of thing. Well, to me, but
yeah.
I also have Laszlo has an immense amount of faith in Oscar taking down Josan. And I know it.
Well, someone has to, right?
Well, I understand. Like Oscar is a PC, so he's naturally going to be better than some of the other people around. But she offered to have a team of Venators go and take down Josan, and he's like, "Nah, Oscar's got this. Oscar's got this. Don't worry about it." So it's
Yeah,
gonna
Scott
be.
was saying that when I dropped the fortunes, they would have Daelric come and help them. It was like, I really wanted to mess Oscar's shit up. I really wanted to put him down and that sort of thing with Joseph. It was just like, yeah,
Oh man.
show up for that. Really help them, I guess.
But I mean, with some training from Laszlo, he should be able to do it. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the moment you can't. I definitely think that much.
Well, I also have here like I kind of felt like there was a maybe not an ulterior motive, but like yeah, I would say ulterior or a secondary motive that was like he kind of wants to do it. He kind of wants to be a part of taking Josan down, maybe because it's kind of
definitely
like
got that.
defeating. Yeah, I feel like it would be kind of like helping to defeat the representation of the Arcane Congress if he had a hand in doing it. But maybe that's
And
just
also
me.
personal, like, yeah, I'm actually standing up against what I did.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
that might just be me, like like pushing my own ideas onto Laszlo. But it did feel like he was like,
Well, that's just the
no.
feeling people get, and like that's what you got and what I got. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm happy it's not just me because I was like, I don't know if I should be thinking like that, but it did feel like he was saying, no, don't send anybody else. Oscar's got this. Me and Oscar's got this.
Yeah, and so after that, there was that meeting with Lady Arceum. A certain chest got brought up.
Oh man. Oh man.
They gave away the chest.
You can see
chest to useful items.
You could
And
tell.
everyone just like, so hey, what do you think about to all the other casts? Hey, so what do you think about Thronkeeper giving away the chest?
You could tell on his face after he did that. He was like, "Oh shit."
He didn't say it as much. Or it's like, I didn't really want to give it away. I was hoping she would be able to just research it. But like Scott said, how's she supposed to research it if she can't see it, touch it?
Yeah, we'll say that also.
There's also the worry that if it's not one of the Thronekeeper cast members touching it, that maybe something will go boom.
Yeah, maybe. We also got to see Laszlo finally realized that box that the box that
contained the disease seed.
Yes.
like I like to call it Nurgle's gift to Aurorum. Got a 40k reference.
Oh man.
So there's a massive freaking water system in Yavance. It's feeling the effects of that, and we don't know how long it's going to last.
Oh man, it was good to see.
And the diseases can spread between
Yep.
every single person that touches it.
That meeting was something else, man. They gave away their contingencies plan, the chess. They gave away the.
They didn't give away the seed. Someone else gave it away for them.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, like they, at least they found out while he was thinking about giving it away.
Yeah, probably good. No, that was easily a bioweapon. That one.
Yep. It's good to see that Malta may be going on the offense, or maybe trying to better their defense against the Arcane Congress and
yeah, because I'd bring up the whole new training system for mages and that sort of thing.
I'm forgetting a lot of names today. I meant Paradel.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of them either.
Yeah, I meant Paradel. Arcane Congress and Paradel. It looks like they're doing that, and they're actually doing it intelligently by asking somebody who has like that kind of specialized training into helping them. So, I mean, that's a real good thing. Yeah. And Ishmael Qatar, man. The king of dicks. That's what I have here. The king of dicks in my note.
Yeah,
oh man.
Hey, they got some good stuff out of that one too.
They did. So. They did. That was mostly a Chris Ellen thing. It was really good to see Oscar be able to shine after he got like.
Oh, freaking Oscar! He's carrying all these weapons around. Yeah, it's just like. Spear, throwing spear, halberd, freaking master sword, 2 new spears.
Man, he's basically his own army. I mean, not our army, but
I'm almost picturing him like freaking walking along with his arms out because he's got a spear on his arms so he can carry it.
Man, that was good. And yeah, it's good to see them getting new weapons though. It was definitely a good thing to come back to the capital. If they could like stock up on new things. I wonder if Lasso will end up getting something, but we'll see.
Probably by the time they leave.
Yeah, I mean they're also gonna meet with their his old teachers, so maybe that'll have something to do
at some point.
Yeah,
that was undefined with all this time shenaniganry going on.
Yeah, they might leave before they actually meet with him, and
they might leave just as he turns up. Yeah,
like we've been waiting for like 5 days. Where is he? Oh man,
I don't think they get to go to a party place, so that's gonna be interesting. I can't see it being the party place.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that as well. I don't want to say we don't get to see too many parties. Well, no, we really don't. We got to see one in Chris Ellen's session 0, but that was about it.
We see Kingmaker do them, but that's generally like, okay, we'll spend a BP for it.
Yeah, but during the party is not like a party atmosphere. It's like, yeah, we'll spend some BP, we'll have a party. All right, let's get on to like the real stuff, the important things, where we'll get to actually experience like the party, mostly because they're going to have to mingle and befriend these people and try to get them on their side. So
apologies as well for dogs and stuff in the background, because for some reason someone's decided to
let their dog out.
Start up.
Yeah, I apologize if you can hear my dog as well. She's little and annoying. So yeah,
unfortunately, there are a lot of me.
Anything else we want to talk about Thronekeeper? Because like,
what did I have?
I have so many notes, but I kind of just don't want to go down like reading my notes, because Thronekeeper was like a huge RP session this week, and if you missed it, you should probably go back and watch it. Like, what we try to do on the podcast is not like list everything that
Yeah.
happened. This is like a discussion podcast where we're just like discussing um, points, like very interesting points. So, like,
The last thing I had in my notes is literally the birthday repeating thing. So
yeah.
I think we've covered everything that I had for Thornkeeper at this point.
I mean, here's a having Oscar like get a better awareness of like magic and be able to suss out like magical stuff is gonna really be beneficial, especially with him being a Venusaur. Like he has
Yeah.
like defensive training against magic, but being able to like tell what kind of magic it is maybe before they even get a chance to cast it, or maybe like be able to counter it in some special way. That's going to be really interesting to see how that affects his combat.
It'll definitely be very useful to him
Yeah.
with understanding your enemy.
Yeah. I mean, so far, like he was explaining before, like training with Gish, and then training, and then having to go out on the battlefield and fight like major magicians, or just like, I mean, not magicians, major wizards and spellcasters is just like two completely different things. So it's going to be really crazy.
Yeah. And with what Laszlo said when they met Josin, where a peacekeeper was designed to fight people like him. So
yeah,
that's going to be interesting.
man, I kind of want to see some more of Goldaria as well, especially from Thornkeeper, because, well,
I'd love to see more Goldaria and Ascaria.
Yeah. Yeah, we only got a little bit of Escaria, so I would love to see more of Escaria, especially because of the fights that Oscar and Laszlo have.
I'm sorry.
Like their fights about the military / non-military. I want to see how I guess I understand how the people see it. It's like, yeah, it's not really a military. It's an academy that helps keep the world safe, but I want to see like more of not economy, that culture. And I really want to see Goldaria, mostly because I have a character from Goldaria. And we haven't seen it yet. And we haven't seen anything about it yet. So
I think that leaves Kickmaker at this point.
yeah.
Which is probably going to be the shortest part of the podcast because unfortunately we didn't have Tish. It happens, but and they just made characters essentially.
Man, I am so disappointed that we are not going to get to see the Order of the Broken Chain in Grishka.
I mean,
Do their
I
thing.
kind of thought it was going to happen.
Yeah, I was so ready for it. I was hyping myself up, and I kind of I should have like assumed that we wouldn't see it this early. But man, I was like, I'll finally get to see it. God's domain. I can't wait. And then, nah.
It's unfortunate. Also, we have Jake making a venerable hobgoblin spiritualist. So,
Once again, even making a character in Pathfinder, I never heard of this class.
from the Alternative Rules Occult Adventures, I think it was. So I was looking it up just before.
I've never heard of this class, so I would like to see it. Like, I really is excited to see it played. We got a lot of jabs at Jake for min-maxing.
Yeah. And otherwise, we had Rare and Nag working on making Jaden, who's I think everyone can kind of guess it's a Damper character. That's Omadura, which is another class I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, same thing.
Another divine class.
And she's supposed to be like the ambassador there, right?
No, general.
The general,
She's general
right? Okay, so we should be seeing a bit more of her in Hogwarts, because before she was, I guess she was just hanging around the castle and stuff. So
Yeah.
And she finally has a last name.
Mm. And with a lot of the jabs and nag in there, potential for another last name too.
Oh wait, that is something I wanted to bring up that I forgot in my notes. In the in the chat, I was joking around the entire time, saying, "Yeah, yeah, but you know, Ravina though." I don't know if Ravina's gonna like not having a kid that's in power. Cough, cough. Well, mostly, so the reason that I made her like kind of lawful evil is because even though she's willing to follow rules and orders and stuff like that, she is really still thinking for herself because that's how the rubies were. So I didn't make her to be a ruby, but you know that was kind of my mindset. Once I learned about the rubies and stuff, I was like, oh, dude, she'd be a
It
perfect
definitely
ruby.
fits.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
and you
that
know,
was a fun little pole war thing that we had going on between two runners of my one and Naga's, where Tempori versus Sabine. Or
yeah,
was it Tempori? No, it was Dari. Dari, sorry.
yeah, Dari. Dari went out. Mostly because everybody's been. So I want to make it clear. I didn't actually pick a name. I was just making it equal the entire time.
Oh, I spent all I had left.
Because I spent 80,000 channel points, but I was doing that just trying to make it equal.
I think I spent 14,000.
Oh man.
That was a real close one. It was like in the hundreds with like 4 votes between.
It was so good. Yeah, this episode really wasn't a story based episode, but it was definitely like a hang out and have fun episode. Everybody that was in chat seemed like they were having a good time. The cast seemed like they were having a good time. And if you're on Patreon, we may be getting some more backstory stuff. So
Yes, that's also going to be something to look forward to too.
yeah, so if you can afford it, I would say go for it. Maybe.
There's more content from Aurorum, which is great so far.
Yeah. Yep. I'm enjoying it. So.
And I think we don't really have much else left to say.
Yeah, I think that's going to be it for this episode.
Because there's nothing more really to say with Richard because a lot happened. I think we've covered that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these
Thronekeeper is a lot of intrigue and a lot of RP, and for the life of me, I'm not that good at remembering exact conversations, but there's a lot of that and a lot of very interesting ones anyway. I remember with all the nobles that Chris Elm actually did meet up with.
Yeah, I really can't wait to meet more of these nobles. I like the characters and seeing how the characters are. I want to see a little bit more about the nobles, and I think as Thronekeeper progresses, we're gonna get a chance to see all that. So.
And with Kingmaker, we've got 2 new characters here getting built to get a look at.
Yep.
So.
Okay. So that's gonna be this week's episode, everybody. Once again, thank you for watching, and we do have a special announcement. Steve, you want to do it?
Sure. We're planning on starting up the recapping the seasons that have been. So next week there's going to be 2 recordings where we're dealing with the weekly recap as normal, and we're also doing Kingmaker's Session Zeros and Session 1 and 2 recap with help from someone else.
Yeah. We're going to have a special guest on, especially for those episodes. So most of you probably know who we're talking about, but if you don't, tune in for those episodes.
So there's going to be a lot of things we're going to be trying out with that one. So
I kind of want to get into who those episodes are for. Those episodes are mostly for the people who haven't had a chance to watch the seasons up to this point and kind of don't want to watch 4-hour episodes of each one. We're gonna try to condense them down to as compact as possible.